This is the Daily Archetype.
There are 5 parts to a person that represents 5 internal conflicts that we can have. And if you understand and are able to parse out where someone is in these 5 places, you can actually know which tool is best for what situation.
Okay.
So the 5 parts are the biological, the psychological, the emotional, the existential, and the spiritual. And if you take the time to understand people and all these things, and then you let's say someone has a biological problem, you need a biological solution. And if someone has an emotional problem, you need an emotional minded solution. But if you try to use a biological solution for an emotional solution, like Oreos, eating, or cocaine, or drugs, you're gonna have a problem because you can create a weird loop overall.
Right.
And that's how I combine them all, because spiritual has a place, but it's distinct from biology, but you need a strong biology to be able to talk about religion in a more free way or more clear way. And so if you draw a line here and take these as neutral, right? Psychology helps you go from negative to neutral, but it doesn't have a lot of tools to help you go from neutral to fulfillment and meaning. And I believe that I can help people with this when I see my patients, right? And during residency, I had a lot of therapy patients, and I helped them go from negative to neutral. But when they got to neutral, there was this emptiness that was there because they didn't know what to do after they were no longer depressed. They didn't know what to do after they were no longer anxious. They needed more. And with the more, I was able to help them develop a sense of meaning and purpose that really was consistent with their values and help them explore that. And when you have that sort of going up, you get the whole picture of who a person is. You're not just there to make them not want to kill themselves. You're there to make them, an active and productive member of society that's very happy and confident with what they're doing with their life. And so that's how they're coming together. The problem I find is that when religion tells me that they're not psychotic, they just have demons, and they tell them to stop taking medications, they're not able to go from negative to neutral, right? And when psychiatrists, they think that meaning comes from a bottle or a pill, then those always will fall apart anyway, right? So, for example, someone can say, I feel okay, I feel, fine, but I'm kind of like not exactly sure what to do. Someone might say, okay, I'll go up on antidepressant medications. When in actuality, all they really need is to spend some time to think about their purpose in life, right? And with psychiatry, the field of psychiatry and psychology doesn't spend a lot of time understanding these positive aspects. But religion can potentially fill that void. But if people don't want to be religious, that's perfectly fine. They'll have to find it somewhere else.
The Daily Archetype, a value-sharing community.